Hi there, this is Progressive Alternative. I'm Victor Monjares. So I'm doing this video just to basically get resolution out of the way. I'm gonna start doing videos on, YouTube videos, maybe once a weekly, and really seeing what I can do along YouTube. And so just gonna do progressive alternative as a name that really becomes a little bit more transparent, as you can see in the background around here, that I'm very much into politics. And of course, I'm into anime, especially these from this series, my favorite, Sword Art Online. These two lovebirds really love each other, and that made me stronger. I might actually talk about that later in the software. Maybe when Sword Art Online hits 100 episodes of its long run. I mean, that could be disputed because of the whole, oh yeah, do I count the movie as an episode because it is canon? And do I count like the OVAs or whatever they made between those seasons? I didn't really like the OVAs, or at least I liked the story behind it, but I didn't like that it was kind of just a recap. And just all that other stuff is like, but gotta love my greatest hero out there, Kirito. That's the dude that's in that little hangar ship there. And so with the best girl out there, Asuna, there will be people that say she's useless, and they are wrong. And so yes, they love each other, and that makes me stronger. Anyway, as you can see and know where I'm wearing, I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter, so I try to be objective as possible about with my political system because I am a state party delegate. I was elected by that, but around the region. I live around in the rural parts of California, the northern part of it, basically pretty close to Nevada there. So, but I don't go to the whole Nevada county, or just basically go to Nevada a lot, or Reno, because that's basically the closest city that we can be out there. Because it's snowing a lot up there, especially in the winter. So you need snow tires, and we're pretty close to that actually. We don't get snow up down here, not a lot, very rarely. And so basically, yeah, just doing this video. Really gonna be really looking forward to the winter season of these anime shows, and also the reality as well. The whole TV shows. I call anime shows TV shows as well, because they can be on TV. They, especially on Saturday nights on Toonami. I'm a very fair representative of that. I just really enjoy doing that every Saturday with my friends out there around the country. If any of you are watching this, really appreciate you, all of you, for just really sticking around and knowing my perspectives. And especially when Sword Art Online comes back on next Saturday night. Because it is January, the 9th. So it'll be back today, as of today. As you can see, I do have a lot of these. I will be making a lot of references to all the presidential candidates and the people that are still in the field so far to Sword Art Online, because all those events start happening in 2022. So we're 2 years away from that. So is it going to be possible that we might follow all the things there as virtual reality becomes such a anemone, a possibility, and hopefully not all the being killed by the actual video game. That would kind of suck. But of course, from tragedy comes great, just a powerful determination to just become more human. Of course, as you can see, that's or listen or experience that. That's what I derived from Sword Art Online. That it is about our humanity becoming digitalized, or can it still be around our own sense of reality, our own sense of family, our own sense of accomplishment. And basically, where I'm also standing with Bernie Sanders is that with a democratic socialism standard, that we have the sense of humanity that when we are given money, when we are given a purpose, we can thrive much more on that. I mean, we're currently right now still thriving on it. Ever since the start of the United States, we have done democratic socialist subjects as well. Back when FDR was president of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That is. And of course, as you can see, I mean, I'm supporting almost every Democratic candidate that's running for the presidency and the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives. As an elected state party delegate, I have to be, always working on finding who's going to be next, who's going to be the best out there to really make a difference in our state and federal and maybe even our local seats around here. So basically, I do look at Jim Holmes. He's running for re-election. He's my county supervisor currently. And he does so much. He comes to talk with us a lot and makes himself available. He's a pretty transparent guy. He was like the former mayor of a town that's up there in Auburn. And so basically gets what Placer County is about. I'm actually now currently running for a county party committee. It's basically where the county party, the county Democratic Party, basically meets up. They say, okay, who do we allocate all these resources and funding to, and how do we vet most of these candidates running for office? How much do we support them? Do we make it really available to that, oh yeah, they get to have their voices heard because they are a true Democrat? Well, how is the definition of the true Democrat? We decide on basically the platform. As well, that's basically what I do as a state party delegate too. I get to vote on whether we approve a certain ballot, a certain, and of course from actually this last year, early last year, around this time I think, yeah, because it was in January we met in San Francisco. I voted for Kimberly Ellis. I don't think I have anything from her except for something in my front desk, and yeah, I was pretty proud to cast that vote. Unfortunately, she lost. It was Rusty Hicks now. And in my type of essence there is like, he's doing the work that we need him to do, that he promised to do. Of course, do I think that he'll actually be a lot more of an advocate to become much more than what is necessary? That's questionable. And that's why I'm not giving money to the state Democratic Party, to the California State Democratic Party. I'm just like, okay, I'll support them, or at least in a sense, I'll get their emails and just get a good reference point from there on. I know they need me to donate money to them in order to, really compete. But again, we're the richest state in the country. I think they can handle it pretty well. You got celebrities, you got these sponsors, and of course that depends on which of those sponsors as well. Making sure that they're not from companies that are promoting juuling, the whole electronic cigarette things, and whether they are gonna try to influence our party to basically do more harm than actually benefit the company around here. And especially who are against the LGBT community. As you can see, at least 4 of these signs are, and of course the watch that I got here, that I have the LGBT community. Oh yeah, and this one too, Ricardo Laura. Yeah, he's my state insurance commissioner. He's supposed to make sure that our insurance rates are held accountable. He was actually just up here about 2 months ago, basically discussing about the wildfires that we've had here. Not directly here, thankfully, although we did actually have a fire just right above the hill here. It was quite intense, quite eye-opening. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, or nobody's property was hurt, except for a couple of trees. And some people's vegetation basically came away. But thankfully, nobody got hurt. And we got to see a lot of firefighters in action. I kept thinking about that show, Fire Force. If you know what that show is, that you know that it's basically a bunch of fan service and awesome animation with their climax animation. And I just really am impressed with, and of course I see a bunch of, that's what I'm impressed with. I'm impressed with that people are now drawing this comparison between, oh yeah, it's sort of online, but they're fighting fires. That one dude is starting to get Harlem, basically comparing the main character of Fire Force with this little guy right here. Yeah. Because he actually respects women and actually treats them pretty well. And when he sees someone trying to rape them, he actually steps up and actually does something about it. That's actually something towards my friends who don't believe that discussion of rape and how to actually better transfluid that is actually quite important. Back to the wildfire stuff. It's basically quite important to just keep people who have homes all around the hills. We have a lot of trees. We have a lot of potential for wildfires. So we have to cover them. We have to make sure that they are able to live in a better situation than just being basically having to start over and barely getting any help from our state governments and insurance companies that want to rip them off. And that's what Ricardo Lara needs to basically get better off, because he kind of had sort of a scandal, but more of just like he accepted some donations from insurance companies, or at least representatives from those insurance companies. But still, and he did give the money back. But of course, it's like, dude, come on, you got to be better than this. You basically put it as your campaign slogan. To be fair, I did in the primaries. I didn't vote for him. He wasn't my first choice. It was Ruben Major. That was my first choice. I kind of seem to remember a lot of my primary people that I voted over, like basically incumbents like Kamala Harris here, my current United States Senator. She wasn't my first choice. Nope. I believe that would be Allison Hartson. That was from the previous one. No, wait, that was the one for Dianne Feinstein. This would be going back to 2016. That would be, David Hillenbrand. I believe he did run that time. And, yeah, I'm gonna make it. It's like I just want to improve. If I could get basically anywhere near this spectrum of Bernie Sanders ideology, then that would be fantastic here in the state of California. Of course, it's quite difficult to do that, and you need a lot of money. I get it. Money is important. I get it, state party. It's important to have money. But you can't just base it solely on that, only on that. No, you have to say, are they energizing people to the polls to stand up for something? Not against something, for something. That's my main priority. I could say the number one priority there. That what I would ally it to. And then basically, can they also get out the vote? I think that's the first thing. Basically, the same message was the basically getting out the vote. What are the policies? Making sure that those type of policies are consistent with what the people of the state and the country need to basically support a minimum wage. Make sure that college is available and affordable to everyone, that our Medicare won't put us in bankruptcies, that our jobs treat us with so much respect, and that's why I also honor unions there. Now, maybe I might do that later on. And then, of course, the third thing, yes, then money. Then can they raise money and actually use it responsibly to go to those efforts of the first two? So that's basically what I am. Basically do more of these things here. Probably going to do a little bit more introduction about, I get some mangas as well. This is my favorite from the Sword Art Online series. Basically, Excalibur. It's all that whole 3-episode thing that happens in the show on season 2, Electrical Boogaloo. Basically happens in that one book, and it's very impressive. God, I love that family. That's his family. That's your own definition of family. And of course, I enjoy Black Clover as well. People like to compare that to Sword Art Online because I guess, oh look, it's Asta. He's having a Harlem as well. He's having all the girls. Although, to be fair, Yami also was starting to have girls too. And he still is. I don't know. I haven't caught up to the Japanese version. I'm only catching up to what Toonami's showing me. Came from Placer High School. I support the Sacramento Republic. I only have this Notre Dame poster because my neighbor is a current Notre Dame fan. And I do have friends who are Notre Dame fans as well. Palestine should be free. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. Better human rights. Gavin Newsom, current governor. I like him. Don't love him. But he definitely can get better. And I definitely have that type of influence. Or at least part of it. And I'm involved in it. Get up and do something. That's my best message I can give to anyone that feels like they've basically been degraded by the whole entire system. Just get up and do something. It has to be small. It can be very big. It can be something. Don't just stand around in a room, in a laptop, just screaming at something in the message board, which I guess I'm kindly doing right now. But that's who I am. That's what I'm about, and looking forward to doing more of these. Maybe my next video might be about more about women, more about politics, more about centered on an idea. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Thank you. This has been Progressive Alternative with Victor Monjares. I'm Victor Monjares, and I'll see you again sometime other. Yeah, nailed it.